Hi everyone, it's Tawney. If you're new to my channel, thanks for checking me out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you get notified when I upload my videos. In today's video, we are testing out new makeup that I have purchased over the last couple weeks. I have been slowly forming a collection of new makeup that I've been wanting to try that I didn't know had come out, so I picked it up and was like, we're gonna try it out anyway. Stuff that I've seen at Walmart and Ulta just while I've been perusing the aisles. And I figured I would sit down and film this for you and show you all what I have gotten. So I've already moisturized and I'm not quite sure which primer I want to use. I got the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer and the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I don't know what the Marshmallow Primer does, so I think we're going to use this today, and then I can come back to the e.l.f. one because I have heard good things about the e.l.f. one, and I know kind of the gist of what the e.l.f. one does. I got it. I took everything out of its packaging because if you know how packaging can go, I have some e.l.f. stuff. I have a couple Profusion things. e.l.f. has horrible packaging. I know Wet n Wild's worse, and I don't have any Wet n Wild here, but packaging sucks. So I was like, let me just get that out of the way before we have to deal with it. So I'm gonna pump, I think just one pump on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna go in with my fingers to blend it out. I've heard about this primer, but I haven't actually heard if it's good or not. But I just heard people talk about it a lot. So I honestly couldn't tell you if it's even actually good at all. You know how sometimes when people say they've heard about certain makeup products and oh, people didn't like them or people were saying good things about them, and I've just heard about this. That's honestly all I can say. This is kind of one of those primers that I feel has gotten popular off TikTok, and you can't always take TikTok recommendations to be legit and to actually be decent recommendations, because a lot of times TikTok can kind of exaggerate. They use filters and then make you think that they're good. They get unpaid, or they get paid sponsorships that they don't disclose. And I mean, that happens on YouTube too. I'm not saying that this is a strictly TikTok thing, but just I found a lot of products through TikTok that did not work for me. And just because they didn't work for me doesn't mean they don't work in general, but for me, they don't work. So in my mind, they don't work because if I can't use them, then they don't work. You know what I mean? This is a pretty tacky primer. I literally don't care about tackiness when it comes to primers because I'm going to put makeup over top of it. Texture for me with makeup honestly isn't that big a deal unless it's something that if it's a moussey foundation, sometimes that weirds me out. But once it's blended out onto the skin, you don't notice it, kind of a thing. I feel it's a little heavy. I notice it on my fingers, and it could just be because it's on my fingers. I notice that my fingers are a little bit stiff and sticky, and I'm not liking that feel. But on the skin, I don't really feel anything. I feel a little bit of tightness, but I think it's because I washed my face 10 minutes before I decided to film a video. I've been going through a little bit of stuff recently where I've just been feeling kind of blah when it comes to putting on makeup. I'm going to use the Maybelline Superstay full coverage foundation. It's just my favorite foundation. I'm using 112. I know this one works, so I know I'll be able to test all the makeup with it because it's my favorite foundation. So it's been a hot minute since I've sat down to film any kind of makeup video. And I've just been feeling very uninspired. I haven't really had the motivation to want to put on makeup. My boyfriend was over all last weekend, and which was the weekend leading up to Valentine's Day and the Super Bowl and stuff. So when he's over, I don't really film because it's kind of hard to sit down and film whenever when YouTube is not your full-time job and you're not a committed hardcore YouTuber, it's hard to convince people in your life that YouTube is a hobby that you're interested in, if that makes sense. I've told a couple people in my life that I like to sit down and film videos, and I feel they just kind of it doesn't really mean anything to them. And to me, it means a lot because this is what I love doing. And I've been so invested in the makeup community here on YouTube for years that for me to actually sit and become film my own videos and start a channel and get involved in that community, it's a big deal for me. But I know for everyone else, they don't get it, so they don't understand. And my boyfriend watches a lot of gaming YouTube, so I feel he of all people would understand that this is something I like doing. It's a hobby. Like, I don't think he'd judge me, but I feel like it'd just be weird for me to try and film when he's here. So it really limits my time of filming, and I'm going to have to work on that because we've been talking about him moving in, and he's like making it a very real thing. Like, I've been like kind of on the fence, pushing back a little bit just because I'm nervous about the whole thing, because I've done it once and it was for his benefit, not for like our relationship's benefit. And I don't want that to be the case with my current boyfriend. So I'm trying to just like hold back until I'm like secure that like this is what's best for us and like what I think is best for me and like how I feel about the situation. So I'm still kind of like, I still have that time to myself where I can sit down and film videos. I still have this like space. I just dipped my hair in makeup somewhere. Oh, geez. I still have the ability to like be on my own and, you know, all that stuff. But whenever he moves in, he's going to be here all the time. And I'm just worried that I'm not going to be able to film at all. And I'm sure I can make it work. I'll figure something out. Like, when my ex and I lived together, he would be gone a lot because of work and what have you, and like running errands and stuff where like I wasn't there. And I don't really know why he wasn't, like, you'd think we would be together constantly, but like I had the time to film when he wasn't there. And I'm worried that my new boyfriend, like my current boyfriend, he's going to be with me all the time. It's like, I don't see him like ever not being here when I'm here. So like, I feel like it's going to be pretty difficult to like make it work, but I'm going to try to make it work. And I honestly think if I just sat down and talked to him about it, it wouldn't be a big deal. And like, I could just close the door and start filming videos. And like, I wanted to do more videos without audio where it's just like me doing makeup or me doing like voiceovers, but I don't know how I feel about that yet. So back to our makeup. Yeah, sorry to like bore you with my personal life. I have the KVD Good Apple Concealer, and I have the NYX Bear With Me Concealer. I'm actually more interested in the KVD Concealer, so we're going to try that today. Sorry, NYX. I've heard great things about that one on TikTok. I've heard great things about this one on YouTube. So I figured I'd try this out because I bought the foundation, and listen, I have not tried it yet since I bought it, and it's been like over a month since I got it. It was like right around Christmas, so it's probably been like over 2 months now. But I bought it sometime around Christmas. I had accidentally bought the powder foundation, so then I had to go and return it, and then I bought the regular foundation because, or the, you know, balm foundation because that's the actual one I wanted. So I finally have it, and I haven't tried it yet, and I don't know why. And like, I just haven't been in the mood to put on makeup lately, and I don't think it's like the makeup. Like, I don't think it's because of the makeup. I think it's just because of, like, me. Like, I've just been, like, I've been going through, okay, this is shade Light 105. I hope it works. I didn't have a whole lot of shades to choose from at my Ulta. We're lucky if we get any new stuff, good stuff. Like, our store is very small, and we're, like, in the middle of nowhere, so, like, why would we get any, like, decent, you know, releases and launches and whatnot? Although, this is how I got, like, a good bit of this makeup, so I can't like complain too much. What the heck? Oh my gosh, it's splattering on me. What the heck? Okay, so be careful, it splatters, but it looks like a dropper, but then you open it once it like pops out of the little like, the hole is like smaller than the doe foot, which is a weird doe foot. It's not like your normal doe foot like I'm used to seeing. So it's like pops out and then like the color gets everywhere. And I'm like, I don't want to be covered in concealer. I want my face to be, not my body and my shirt. Like, okay, this looks like a great shade. It looks like it's going to be a little bit of a brightener shade, but it kind of looks like it might oxidize and go a little yellow, which I don't usually go for stuff that's like super yellow. I tend to go more pink tone just because that's my personal preference, but I don't think it'd be the worst thing. Plus I have a lot of like under eye darkness that I feel like this could help with. Oh, this already on my forehead looks like it's going to be an intense concealer. Like, I'm already kind of excited about this, and I haven't even started blending it out yet. So I have my Eco Tools, no, Real Techniques Face and Body Blending sponge. It's a sponge, not a brush. And I'm going to use this to just blend it out. I do have, I believe this is the Shop Miss A paw print $1 or something blender. I'm not actually sure if that's what that is. I have a lot of blenders and I never know what they are. I don't know how YouTubers can tell their blenders apart, especially because I know a lot of people keep a lot of different beauty blenders, and I have a lot of different beauty blenders, and I don't honestly know. This is this one, and I have a green one, are the only ones I can tell apart, because this one's bigger and the green one is green. The rest of mine are all like the same like pinky shade that it's so hard for me to tell them apart. Let me know in the comment section if you have that problem too, because like I want to not be the only one who like struggles with that. So already I can see it blending out super easy. It doesn't feel like it like, you know how sometimes when you lay down a concealer, if you don't blend it in super quickly, it like sticks and doesn't move. This doesn't feel like that at all. It seems like super creamy, and I think it like, it's doing a good job covering. You can't quite tell because I did put concealer on my under eye, but I feel like it is adding that brightening and also helping to like cover some of my like dark circles, which that's a good concealer in my book because I have the dark circles. I've been in this weird like, I don't know, my boyfriend has been in this like spot. My coworker has been here where we've just been like super tired all the time, and like we all know we're not sick, like we very well know this, and so we can't say that it's because we're sick. It's just because like this is how it is. But like we're super tired all the time. Like I go to work, I'm tired, I get home, I literally have to take a nap whenever I get home because I can't keep my eyes open to make dinner, to like hang out, do anything. And like I don't know what that is. Like I've been having some really bad heartburn, acid reflux issues. I'll get into that here in a minute. So I'm thinking that maybe that's really the reason, because all of this has been stemming around the time that all of this started. But like my boyfriend's been super tired. Like he came over and like Friday had to take a nap. Yesterday had to take a nap. And it's like, we shouldn't have to take naps. Like he's one of those, like he could stay up late, wake up super early and be fine type people. Like he's already one that wakes up early anyway for work. But like, and I don't think it's like we're not getting enough sleep at night kind of an issue. Like I know that that's like part of my reason, but I don't think that's actually why. So I really like this on the forehead. I like the way it blended out. You can't even tell that I'm wearing concealer. Like I love the way it blended out. And I actually like really, this is like a really good shade. I was worried it was going to be way too light for me. And then I was also worried I was getting too dark of a shade, because like the shade that I really wanted, they didn't have. So I kind of had to like go from something different. But I think this one actually worked. So I'm like really excited to keep using this. Now for my powder, I have the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Mattifying Powder. I don't particularly want to be super mattifying today, but like I'm going to be outside walking around and stuff. So I'm like not too mad about it. I didn't take the sticker that holds the thing together, if you can tell. So now I'm struggling, and I'm sorry because I totally forgot that these things exist. Can you tell it's been a while since I've put on makeup? Holy crap. We need to stop this and like try to wear more makeup more. Okay. Oh my gosh. This would have been easier without nails, but I love my nails. I love them. Okay. So I got the shade Fair. I think this was the lightest shade they had. So I'm going to go in with this and just powder my T-zone. And then whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to go in on the out perimeters of my face. Okay, before I do the left side of my face, yeah, this is my left, you're right. I don't know. It's actually my left, so I am right. So this is what it looks like with the powder, and this is what it looks like without. I'm going to go in a little bit more and like try and really make it so you can like tell. I didn't pick the best foundation to like test this out because it's not a dewy foundation. It's just a very like matte leaning satin, kind of a fresh but not dewy at all kind of a foundation. I just said every word that could describe a foundation, so I'm like literally sorry if I can't describe things properly, but this is what it looks like with the powder and without. And I think it does a good job like removing all the creasing and stuff. Like I can see a little bit of like the shine here, so I feel like this is going to be a good powder. And I also want to say, by me liking these products, I am not sponsored in any way. Makeup brands don't even know I exist, to be honest with you. They'll like a comment at the bottom of like an Instagram post, but I feel like it's just like some random girl like Emily that runs their like social media website type. Like she's the social media person. She's the one liking my stuff, not the actual brands kind of a thing. So, like, don't feel like I'm saying I like all of this stuff because I'm, like, being paid to. I'm saying this because I literally like it. Like, I bought all of this myself, or my boyfriend bought it for me. So, yeah, this is all, like, it's just my opinion. I know sometimes people get a little bit worried about, like, sponsorships and things like that, and, like, people not disclosing of them and all of that, but no, this isn't the case. I am just some random girl who wants to film a YouTube video with like 100+ subscribers. Like, it's not shady in the slightest. I mean, not at all. Okay, let's see. I don't have any brow products, so we're gonna do brows off camera and then we will be back. We did the brows, and I primed my eyelids with the e.l.f. Putty Primer, which I found is really difficult to use with my nails. Like, they're not even that long. They're starting to come, like, to grow out a little bit, but, like, they're not that long. But, man, using that is, like, so difficult. So, I have the new e.l.f. Cookies and Dreams palette that I'm going to try and use today. This is the shirt I am wearing today. It's a little wrinkly, but I'm going to be wearing, like, a sweatshirt and a jacket over it because it's supposed to be, like, 40 degrees today, which has been warmer than the last couple days, but it's still not great. Do I actually want to even use this palette? Oh, never mind. I'll just go ahead and use it. So I am only going to be using the neutral colors in this palette. So I do apologize that, like, I won't be using any of the blues today. It's just a personal opinion that, like, I don't want to go in with the blues. So I'm going to go in with the top left shade. It's this more white shade. And I'm just going to pack that down all over the lid and into the crease. That is a very pigmented white color. Holy crap. Ugh. I didn't really think that was even going to show up. Because you know sometimes when you dig into light shades, they don't really do anything. Yeah, I thought this would be the case. Turns out it is not. It did blend out kind of into nothing. But on the initial, like, pat down, holy crap. Ugh, like, whoa. So, like I had been hinting at earlier, I have been having serious heartburn issues. So the Wednesday before Valentine's Day, before Super Bowl weekend and all of that, I had noticed that my throat was kind of hurting whenever I like went to bed. And then into Thursday morning, it started to like hurt a little bit more. So I was just like, okay, I'm getting a cold, like no big deal. I was sort of worried if it could have been something more, but it like never, like I never had any like sniffling, sneezing, no cough. It was just my throat hurt. So I was just like, maybe I have strep throat. Like, I can't remember the last time I've ever had strep throat, but I work with children like under 4, and I had 2 kids cough on me in the last week. So I was literally thinking that like some kid coughed on me and I got whatever they have. Like, they could have been one of those that like they just have the cough and then it like leads to me getting sick. Like, that's happened before. I got pneumonia off a freaking child, and like the child was, nobody ever got sick, just me. Like, I was out for like a week because I was stuck at home on antibiotics. It's ridiculous. So I know what can happen when you work with children. Like, it just happens. So Friday comes around and I'm like feeling rough. And my boyfriend was staying that weekend. So I was like, okay, he'll help take care of me. So I like went to work and I like tried to limit like contact around other people because I just wasn't quite sure like what was going on. So all weekend, like I was just, you know, I'll drink my water. I'll just drink some liquids and stuff and it'll like make it go away. Well, all weekend, I had Taco Bell Saturday, I had pizza and wings Sunday, I had a bean dip, a spicy bean dip that night. So, like, I was just exacerbating all of these heartburn symptoms, but didn't realize that what I was dealing with was heartburn. I just thought, oh, I'll eat some really spicy food, and it'll help, like, deal with the burn in my throat. Meanwhile, I'm, like, making the burn in my throat, like, worse. I'm just, like, adding to the pain that I'm dealing with. So Monday comes around, and Monday is Valentine's Day. And I am like feeling like I've been hit by a truck and the truck backed up and ran me over again. Like, I felt miserable. And it sucked because like I came home from work and just wanted to fall asleep on the couch. But it was Valentine's Day and my boyfriend wanted to make me dinner. So I was like trying to like tough it out because it was Valentine's Day and I like didn't want to be a weenie that like couldn't enjoy it, blah, blah, blah. But I felt awful. So after he left for the night, he went back home because he had to work the next couple days. So I had the place to myself for the next few days. Well, then the 15th was my sister's birthday, and she wanted to go out for dinner. So I was like, okay, we'll go for dinner, no big deal. And I went and I had this like shrimp pasta with like lots of like oregano basil seasoning on top kind of a thing, like a very like New Orleans style dinner. And I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, like, you know, this isn't a super hard thing on my stomach. Like, I was gonna have a buffalo chicken panini, but I decided not to. Like, I like didn't quite know what was going on, but I kind of was like at least trying to like steer clear of like symptoms that could make things worse. So I like steered away from that and went with this pasta thing. Well, I went home that night and seriously thought I was about to like collapse. Like, so well, I left work Tuesday, and whenever we went to this restaurant, it was like half an hour from where I work. So I was like, I'll just drive there and meet my family there. Well, I get a text from my mom right as I'm pulling into the parking lot of this restaurant that she's like, can you drive us? Now, my home is half an hour from the restaurant and like a 15-minute drive from my work. So like I could have just gone home after work, changed, you know, taken a little nap, because I didn't really know what was going on that night for dinner. So I was like, no, I'm already here. I'll just wait for you. Well, my sister was running late from her internship, so they didn't end up getting there until like an hour later after I had already, it was like 5:15 when I got there. They got there close to 6:15. Like, it was a whole big thing. So I was like, okay, I'm in this like college town, but like it's not a shopping town. It's like for old people if they want to shop, kind of. It's like the weirdest like setup. And I was like, I'm not going to like the shopping town in our area because it's like 20 minutes out of the way. And like, what if I'm in a store and they're like, we're here? You know what I mean? Like, at least if I'm like across this like college town, I can just rush back in like 5 minutes, I'll be there. So I was like, there's a Dollar General. I'll go there, get some like cough drops, get some sort of like throat thing. I'll get a drink or something. Like, I'll try and help my throat, and I'll like try and, you know, fix the situation before I go and have dinner, because I really didn't want to like bail on dinner. I didn't want to like ruin my sister's birthday. Like, it's her day, and I didn't want to like make it a big deal about me. And nobody knew that I was dealing with anything at that time. I just kind of like, between me and my boyfriend and my coworker. But other than that, like nobody, like I didn't tell anyone I was having like this like throat chest pain. So we go to dinner and I come home and I'm feeling a little bit better. Like, it's slowly going away. But I had made up my mind that I was going to go to urgent care like Monday. I made up my mind that Wednesday, because Wednesday I had no plans. It was the 16th. I was like, I'm going to go to urgent care and get this taken care of. Like, I'm going to try and figure this problem out and figure out what's the deal, why I feel so crappy, and go from there. Well, I started doing a little bit of research online, and everything I had been seeing said that I had tonsillitis and I'd have to get my tonsils taken out because my throat was sore. I felt like it was very like thick, like it was like enclosing, almost like I had like an allergic reaction to something, and I'm not allergic to anything. Nothing else was swelling except for my throat, and I'm like, this is not normal. Well, Wednesday I wake up and my chest hurts, like right here. Now the pain had been here and slowly moved down here. So I was like, this isn't tonsillitis anymore. Like, I was like kind of just in my mind telling myself, this is not tonsillitis anymore. So I go to work and I'm like looking up symptoms and stuff, and it says like it could be acid reflux, and like sometimes if it gets really bad, it can cause lots of chest pain, it can cause your throat to hurt, like that could be the cause of your problems. And I'm like, you know, thinking back on all the foods I had, I was like pushing my heartburn like to the max. And I get heartburn when I have jalapenos, whenever I eat like really spicy buffalo sauce, but not like basic buffalo sauce. So it shouldn't have been the stuff that I was eating, but like more intense stuff. Cause like the stuff that I had all weekend, I have been eating it for a long time. Like, I know none of it would like make me sick off the like randomly. Like, it's stuff that like, it's different stuff. So I was a little like confused as to why like all of a sudden this was like causing me pain and trouble and whatnot. So I was like, okay, I'll try and figure it out with my acid problems. And it says like, if you have acid reflux and heartburn really bad, which they go together if you didn't know. I thought they were two separate things. I didn't realize that they like weren't in the same family, but like acid reflux is I think it is like, it branches from heartburn or vice versa. Like, your acid reflux is your problem, but the heartburn comes up, one of the two. So I was like, okay, well, that sounds kind of like what I'm dealing with. And that's what I kept seeing when I was looking up about my tonsil problems, which weren't tonsil problems at all. So then it said, like, if you drink fat-free or 1% milk, it will help the problem go away. So I was like, okay, well, I drink 2% and I think that should be okay. So I was like, I'll just have cereal for dinner and try and see what that does. Just see what happens. Because every medication I was taking was not doing it. Like, I couldn't find anything that was helping me. So I went home and had a bowl of cereal, and I felt like 1,000% better right off the bat. So I went to my local dollar store again, like third time this week I've been to the Dollar General to get medication for this issue I've been having. So I get these it's like Vapor Rub or Vicks. It's like a Vicks brand, and it was like throat lozenges. Grossest thing I've ever had in my life. Almost made me throw up. Like, couldn't do it. Don't ever buy them. They're not worth it. Like, I would rather suffer than deal with that again. So I like got that, which was kind of a waste because now I'm stuck with this box of crap I'm never going to use again. And then I got an acid reflux, like, it's like like you take it once a day for 14 days and it makes it go away. And then I also did one that would like prevent it in the future. Like, if you know you're gonna have hot wings, eat it before you eat the hot wings and it makes it go away. And I know my boyfriend eats stuff like that, like takes medicine like that for his stomach. So I was like, okay, well, this will help me and like make me feel a little bit better. So I started taking that and it didn't help. Like, the first 2 days I felt like crap. Friday rolls around, I'm like a whole new woman, man. I'm waking up, I'm feeling great. Today, I have like the slightest right here, but honestly, 1,000% better. And I was convinced I was about to like croak. Like, I thought it was it. Like, I was like, this is it. I'm not gonna make it. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so back to the makeup. We are gonna use the Maybelline, the Colossal Curl Bounce Mascara. I have it in Blackest Black. I believe it doesn't say on here. Oh, yeah, Blackest Black. So I have this, and I've been wanting to try this. I also got one from Milani, and it is there. This one doesn't stand up. What the heck? The Anti-Gravity Mascara, but I'm more interested in this one. Like, I walked past it like 3 times before I finally convinced myself to get it. So it has a little bit of a curl, as you can tell, and I typically like ones that are more hourglass shaped, but I figured I'd try this out and see how I feel about it. I'm actually really liking the way my makeup looks. I think I will keep this palette. I mean, obviously I want to keep it, but I think I'm going to try and keep using it because it has a lot of like really nice dusty blue shades in it that I don't really have in my collection that I can like use with other colors and palettes and whatnot. And then the browns make like a really nice deep smoked out like look. Okay, this is definitely doing curl. I don't know if you can tell. I like the curl, but it's not really doing anything length and volume wise. And I kind of am missing that. Like, I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's not like wowing me right off the bat. Like, you can see the like curlness to it. And like, yeah, that's great. And I know that that's like the point of this mascara. So like, you don't have to come for me that like, you didn't even read the packaging of what it like is aiming for. But I'm just not like, it's not what I want in a mascara. So I'm thinking that this is going to be like a use a couple times and then toss kind of a mascara because it's just not doing it for me. And that's the one thing I hate about eye and lip products other than mascaras or other than eyeshadows is that you can't easily just like hand them off to somebody else. Like, I feel uncomfortable giving used products that were like mascara, eyeliner, lip liner, lip stuff to a different person because I'm always worried, like, what if, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get them sick or have any issues from using a product that I've previously used. And I know it's like, it could be the same thing for other like makeup products, but like these are the ones that I mainly have like a concern with. Okay, it's doing nothing for my lower lashes, and I'm kind of bummed about that. I want a mascara that can do, like, upper and lower lashes, and this is doing, like, nothing. It's putting some color on them, but, like, you can't really see that my lower lashes, like, are there. And I don't use falsies, so it's not like I can just easily, like, cover this up with, like, some false lashes. Like, I'm one that it's mascara or bust. Like, okay, my left lower, that looks okay, but not great. Like, I'm not wowed. Like, what? Why? Ugh, it's just me. I feel like if this is what you're interested in, go check it out. I can't say if it's good or not, because, like, you have to be the judge for yourself. But it's doing the curl, but it's not doing anything else. And honestly, the curl is not something that I like, feel like I'm like needing at this moment. I do have to say, the more that I'm putting it on, it is drying, but it is helping to separate the lashes, because at first they were a little clumpy and I was like not feeling it. I don't hate it, but I don't think it's worth the effort that it takes to like do anything with it. So I don't think it's what I'm going to keep using, honestly, but it's unfortunate, you know? Okay, now that we have the eyes done, I'm going to go in with the face product, and some of these aren't anything... I'm not going to use that first. Some of these aren't new, but some of them are. My blush for today is the Profusion Blush Hour Soft Matte Liquid Blush in Rosé. I picked this up from Walmart because, like, look at the packaging. Like, this looks stunning. Like, I hope it looks decent. Plus, it's also one of those really cute, like, poppy thingies. And I think those are, like, the cutest things. Like, I think Kaja makes these. And they, like, always have interested me. So I, like, really wanted to try it out myself. So I'm going to use the bottom of this, whatever, don't know what it is, Beauty Blender. And I'm going to just put this on my cheeks and hope for the best. I have not heard anything about this product. Can't really see the product. I haven't heard anything about this, so I honestly couldn't tell you if it's good before we use it. It's just, I saw it and I bought it because it was cheap. Like, I think I paid like $3 or $4. I'm not mad at this. I like it. I feel like I do have to build it up a good bit. But honestly, I think this is actually really cute. Like, look at that color. Oh my gosh, I like this. Okay, we definitely have to go in with more because this was definitely not enough. But I'm not mad. Okay. And it blends out really well. I don't think it like blends away, but I do think it blends out pretty well. You can see it a lot better on camera than you can in person, but that's okay. Like, I don't usually like a super heavy blush anyway. Look at that, nice. That's such a pretty color. It's not quite the color I wanted. It was like one of the only ones they had, but I figured I'd pick it up, try it out, and see what I thought. I'm definitely gonna need... Okay, let's see what it does when we stamp it on the face and then blend it out. Oh, yeah, there's the color we want. Yes, okay. Now it's showing up. Now we're going somewhere. Okay, we'll put it back in. Put a little on the nose. Ooh, this is pretty. Okay. Probably should have done this before I went in with any powders. But I forgot, okay? It was sitting right next to a lip gloss, and I totally, like, didn't even acknowledge it. Okay, I'm actually really liking this. It, like, looks super pretty. Super natural, too. Okay, so I am, like, really digging this. So I definitely say go check this out. Like, whew. Couldn't tell you how it wears because I haven't worn it yet, but man... Okay, so we're using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in Light Bronzer. I recently just picked a new one of these up because I realized for like the last 2 years, I haven't had the OG Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. I have had the Sculpting Bronzer. I have had Dark Bronzer. I have had Sun-Kissed Bronzer, but I've never had the OG. And I was just like, I've had it, but then I got rid of it because I got it in the old packaging when it was like light bronzer and bronzer. Like that was like the legit only shades you could buy. And I had it back then. So then I was just like, I need to pick up the shade again. Like I never should have gotten rid of it, but I was like decluttering. And I think I just got rid of like the one I like the least. But I actually like, people use it so much that I'm just like, I need to get it again to use it. And I hate the smell. I am one of those people. I don't like coconut, don't do tropical, not a fan. I like pineapple, but I don't do coconut, which is weird. I don't like the smell of it, but it looks so pretty that like, I couldn't not get it again, you know? And it's just such like a flawless looking foundation or bronzer that I feel like anyone can make it work. Like, look at this. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we did blush. We are going in with the ColourPop Disney Designer Collection Horse and Carriage Pressed Powder Highlighter. It looks like this. I believe this is discontinued, so I do apologize for using something that like you can't get your hands on, but it was just the highlighter that I grabbed for today, and I'm just going to pop that on the cheeks and on the high points of my face. All right, so for lips, I picked up the NYX Shine Loud lip color. It has a gloss, some other stuff to it. I don't really know. I don't know how to open this. Okay, okay, this one goes first. Okay, so you use this part first. I don't line my lips, so we're just going straight in with this. And I got the shade, I think it's Global Citizen, but I don't feel like that's right. It might be. I don't know. That's just what it says on here. I don't know what to tell you then. Sorry, guys. Okay, this actually looks really pretty. Oh, I like the shade. It's a little chocolatey, but I honestly don't hate it. I think it looks really pretty. And this is such a nice, like, neutral look, too. So then once this dries, then we go in with the gloss. And I think this is the lip product that, like, stays all day. Don't quote me on this. Okay, it goes on really smooth, and I can feel it tightening. It's a little tight on my lips, but I don't hate it. But I feel like that's a good thing because it helps prevent it from, like, coming off. Wow, look at that. Holy jeez. Whew, man. All right. So we are going to put on the gloss because I've heard, wow, this is a funky brush. I've heard the gloss actually, like, works. It's a brush. It's not like a doe foot or something. It's a brush. That's cool. Okay, I think the brush is like the best applicator to applying a gloss. Like, I think the doe foot helps to like make it precise, but that brush, that was like heavenly. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm actually really liking this, and I'm not a gloss person. I think I'm going to have to keep using this because I like actually really, really like this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, if it's like worth checking out or not. I'm going to set my face and then we'll be back for final thoughts. Okay, final thoughts on the products. I don't know how I feel about the primer because my face looks good. So I'm thinking it's a good primer. I honestly just can't like make a determining factor just yet. So far, so good. The Good Apple Concealer, one of the best things I used today. Freaking love this. Definitely recommend right off the bat. The powder, I've heard good things about before using it, and I have to say it does apply and does look really good. So I think this is what I'm going to keep using, and I can usually tell if I like a powder or not from like the first get-go, and I think this is what I'm actually going to like, so I'm going to keep using that and just see how I feel about it. Let's see. The mascara, not a big fan of. It's just personally not for me. If you like a more curl look to your eyelashes, then go for that. But if you want the volume, this is not for you, so don't bother. Save your money and buy something else. The lip product, freaking amazing. Love this. Not my favorite product. I'd have to say the concealer is better than this. But that's just my personal, like, if I had to pick one thing I like the best. I do like it, though, and I think it's, like, really smooth and nice and, like, feels good on my lips. The blush, I think, is actually very surprising. I wasn't surprised, like, I was surprised I liked it as much as I did because I wasn't expecting to. So definitely go check this out if you have a Walmart in your area, or go to Profusion's website and try it because it's freaking amazing. And then the eyeshadow palette, I actually really liked it. I'm not usually, like, the biggest fan when it comes to e.l.f. eyeshadow, like, quality. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite. I definitely think there's better stuff out there, but this is honestly not horrible. And if you need a nice blue palette, I would say go check this out and keep this in your collection because you never know when you might need it. And I feel like there's a lot of really nice shades in here that you could have as like staples for your collection. I just personally didn't want to go with blue because of my outfit today. I do have more new makeup to test out, so stay tuned for that in a future video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ring that notification bell down below so you get notified when I upload the next video. Stay tuned for that one, guys, and I will see you then. Bye.